Say we're going to do Module 6, Lesson 6, and our objective is to decompose arrays into rows and columns and to relate it to repeated addition. So let's take a look at these objects. These circles are arranged in an array. We know it's an array because it looks like a rectangle. How many rows are in this array? Well, remember, rows go across, like when you row a rowboat across the river. So we have 1 row here, 2 rows, 3 rows, and 4 rows. This array has 4 rows. Are our rows equal? Well, these rows are equal because they all have the same number in each row. Here we have 5 in this row. We have 5 in the second row. We have 5 in the third row. And we have 5 in the fourth row. How many equal groups are there? Well, we can circle the rows as groups. So, one row, the first row would be 1 group. The second row would be 2 groups. The third row would be the third group. And the fourth row would be the fourth group. So this array could have 4 equal groups. We know that there's 5 in each group. And we know that we can find the total by adding up the number in each group using repeated addition. So I could add to find the total by adding the 5s in each row or in each group. So I could do this 5 plus this 5 plus this 5 plus this 5. And if I add up these 5s, 5 plus 5 is 10, 10 plus 5 is 15, and 15 plus 5 is 20. So this array has a total of 20 circles in it. So here we have the same array, but this time we're going to look at it as columns. So, again, columns go up and down. Think of the White House columns. If I look at this array, here's 1 column, 2 columns, 3 columns, 4 columns, and 5 columns. Let's see how many are in each column. Well, this column has 4 things. This column has 4. This column has 4. This column has 4. And this column has 4. I'm going to use repeated addition to find the total number. So, if I add 4 plus 4 is 8. 8 plus 4 is 12. 12 plus 4 is 16. And 16 plus 4 equals 20. I got the same answer that I did when I added up the rows. That's because we have the same total. We use the same array. It does not matter if we add using columns or rows. The total will still be the same. Here's the array that we originally started with. Now we want to add another column. Remember, columns go up and down. So I'm going to add my column at the end. I'm going to make sure that I draw a circle right next to the circle in the previous column. And I need to make sure that I draw 4 circles in the column to match all the other columns. How many do we have now? Well, if we remember, our total in the previous array was 20. So how can I figure out what we have now? Well, I added 4 in the column, so I can add 20 plus 4 to get 24. With my new column that I've added, I now have 24 circles instead of 20. Let's take a look at another array. They want me to make equal groups of 6. Well, if I look at my array and I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, each row has 6 groups. So I'm going to use my rows as groups. So here's one group, 2 groups, and 3 groups. So now I'm going to add the amount in each group. So this group has 6, plus my second group has 6, plus my third group has 6. Now let's add them together. 6 plus 6 will give me 12. 12 plus 6 will give me 18. So in this array, I have 18 circles. I used my rows as groups for my repeated addition sentence. Let's do one more problem together. Here I have a new array. This time they want me to look at columns. So I'm going to look at my columns. I'm going to circle them into groups. Remember, columns go up and down. So here's one column or group, 2 columns, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I have 6 columns in this array, or 6 equal groups. How many in each group? Well, this group has 3, this group has 3, this group has 3, 3, 3, and 3. Each of my columns or groups have 3. Now I'm going to use a repeated addition sentence to find the total. So I'm going to place plus signs in between my 3's, and then I'm going to add them up. So 3 plus 3 is 6. This 3 plus 3 is 6. And this 3 plus 3 is 6. 6 plus 6 is 12. 12 plus 6 will give me 18. So this row has 18 circles in it. You're going to try this problem on your own. First, copy this array into your notebook. Next, take a look at the rows. I want you to write me a number sentence that you could use to find the total, using the rows as equal groups. When you've finished writing an addition sentence for the rows, then I want you to write a number sentence using the columns as equal groups. When you have finished both addition sentences, you're done with today's lesson.